Hi, my name is Yasu and I live in Japan and I make a video talking about many subjects, mainly talking about my situation, about how to dealing with my depressions in this country. And I'm just simply talking about what's the progress and what's the struggle and how I get it better or how I have made it worse and so on. So today I want to talk about the fourth month, what's actually happening to me after I stopped taking Effexor and venlafaxine completely for 4 months. And also I want to talk about changes on my sleeping pill and then how it actually affected me in the fourth month after I stopped taking the Effexor and venlafaxine. So let me talk about how was the fourth month after I stopped taking the Effexor. It was pretty stable and more comfortable than ever. Overall, pretty actually good, except there is one withdrawal symptom that I think I'm still suffering is tinnitus, high pitched noise in my hearings. Except that I don't really experience, or at least like I don't really recognize any withdrawal symptoms, and which is actually really good because after I stopped taking the Effexor, the first month, second month, it was really hard for me to get through because especially like I was suffering from a lot of severe withdrawal symptoms, and I thought I was ready to maintain it after those experiences that I had when I was reducing the Effexor. Yet none of the measurements that I came up with worked. And then basically I was really suffering from the withdrawal symptoms. And I really couldn't sleep that well, even though I took the bit more stronger sleeping pill. And those kind of sleep deprivations and bad sleep accumulated a lot of negative effects on my conditions. So it just basically made everything worse. And it was much harder for me to focus on everything, and I felt completely lost. But the third month, I got better, and then this is the fourth month, and as I said, it's much better, except the tinnitus. I can still like high pitch noises in my ear, but I guess I can kind of like let it be and just make a peace with it because compared to what I went through in the first month and the second month, it's just a high pitched noise. It's nothing compare. So I think I said it when I talked about the third month after I finished taking the Effexor. I really think that I already got through the hardest time, and I am actually really on the right pathway to get recover without taking Effexor anymore. I can feel that my brain and my body is really make peace with a condition that I don't take Effexor anymore. I can feel like my brain and my bodies are more balanced. It can fluctuate sometimes, but overall it's very stabilized. it's amazing how the brain and the body can become that flexible. It takes time though. So for that part is okay and actually good. The other thing that I want to talk about is sleeping pill, which is that after I suffered from severe withdrawal symptoms because I stopped taking the Effexor, my doctor and I really sat down in how to get through it. And my doctor suggested to change sleeping pill because to me, sleep is the only way for me to get better, and sleep is the most important thing. And because of the withdrawal symptoms and everything, I couldn't get enough good sleep, which is just making everything a lot worse. My doctor agreed, but because he already increased the dose of the sleeping pill that I was taking it back then, and also he even uh, added extra sleeping pill, but it just simply didn't work. And looking back, I don't think it's because higher dose or extra combination of the sleeping pill. Well, I don't think those were not working. I think it was actually working. However, my body and brain were so sensitive to the withdrawal symptoms to the degree that uh, my body or my brain couldn't fully enjoy the effectiveness of those sleeping pills. But back then, when I couldn't sleep, I couldn't sleep. When I was suffering, I was suffering. So I was very desperate. So he changed my sleeping pill once again, and then basically, I started taking 10 milligram of dayvigo, and then 3 milligram of lunesta, and then it really worked. Probably I was started to doing it from the second month, and maybe that's why my body kind of got used to a little bit without taking Effexor, and then my brain has or my body had enough kind of like space to let that sleeping pill kick in. So I'm not sure, but the point is that I started to being able to sleep better, and the third month with those kind of sleeping pills, I was really able to sleep better. And because my condition got stabilized a lot, my sleep got so stabilized in the fourth month, my doctor and I decided to start reducing the sleeping pill, which is we didn't touch the dayvigo, so I kept taking dayvigo, the 10 milligram. But for the lunesta, I reduced it a bit, from 3 milligram to 2 milligram. And the conclusion of doing so is I sleep actually good. Of course, the first week or 10 days after I reduced the amount of lunesta, of course, it really affected my sleep negatively. But it's just the way it is. It happened before, and it's expected. It was manageable. Um, so after 7 days or 10 days, even with less sleeping pill, I was able to sleep better. So everything is good. But the sleep quality is bit fluctuated because it's July here, and it's crazy, crazy hot in here in Japan. And then I turned on the AC all the time, even when I was sleeping, but still, it just simply made a bit uncomfortable for me to keep the high sleep quality. But it's so much better than before anyway. So, in terms of reducing the sleeping pill, it actually went well, and hopefully I can continue to do so, and then I can hopefully stop taking the sleeping pill. But it's still a long way to go. I don't want to rush into anything. I only want to review everything once a month. So if everything goes smoothly, by the end of this year, I might be completely off of the sleeping pill. And then January 2026, I can review everything. And if I can sleep without taking any kind of sleeping pill, maybe I can say that I don't really need the supports from the medications, or my journey of dealing with depressions can kind of end there. But we'll see. At least I completely underestimated about the withdrawal or symptoms by not taking Effexor completely. So anything could happen. At this point, I'm very careful with everything. I want to just make changes gradually. I don't want to really mess up anything. But so far, I think finally, I'm on the right pathway to get fully recovered. Hopefully, we'll see. So I'm only talking about 4 months after I stopped taking Effexor, but as a whole depression treatment, it has been 2 years and then 1 month that I've been dealing with. And I completely changed my lifestyle and everything. And I got used to it. And I am the type of person who's willing to change and then become okay with those changes. However, it's not easy to do, and it's not pleasant, and it's not favorable to do. It's a very lonely journey, and no matter how many people wants to help me or wants to, let's say, help you, if they never actually experience depressions or treating depressions or sleeping issues, they will never understand it. You can feel that they're trying to support you, but they don't get you. And I've been feeling the same way. Like, a lot of people wanted to help me, but they don't understand what actually I'm going through. I actually feeling that way, especially uh, those people who didn't tell me about their conditions, but because I publicly talk about my depressions and everything, time to time they disclose their situations, and I talk about my experience, of course, and they talk about their experiences. And then when we talk about it, at least I can feel that they really understand what I have been going through. That's because I've been going through the same crazy, darkest situations that they are going through. So, what I want to say is that my treatment has not finished yet. Probably finished by the end of this year or maybe early next year. So in total, most likely I would keep dealing with it for like 3 years in total. It's a long time. So I really want you to take care of yourself. Don't push yourself too hard. If you're stressed out something, you're struggling with your life, just run away from it, because you live to enjoy your life, not to struggle. And it's a long journey anyway. It's okay to just stay away from it, run away, and then you can, whenever you're ready, you can rebuild everything from there. But if you get sick or have medical conditions or health issues like I do, you really, really need to focus on that. You need to change your life completely, and you need to dedicate yourself to get better. And we have no idea, and you would have no idea how long it's gonna take. So please don't get sick. Please focus on your health. Yeah, that's all. I think it stops raining, so I'm gonna go up. Thank you for watching. Please take care for now. じゃあね、バイバイ。